Hello, hello, hello once again. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. I hope everyone is having a great day, night, afternoon, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. But I first of all just want to welcome you for tuning in tonight. And you're tuned in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And this is a continuation of Bose 831 Gaming's Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition series. We're on the Silverrun Forest map. And without any further ado, let's just get right into it. We're picking up from where we left off on the last episode. And again, as we're getting started, I just want to thank everyone for your time tuning in and joining me again tonight. And we're still rocking and rolling on this series. We just finished loading up another load of logs that we've harvested on our lease log trailer and tractor. And I think we are at the point now where we're ready to go ahead and take this load over to the sawmill, kind of see what happens and take it from there. We're still kind of just grinding it out right now. We need to make a lot more money so that we can make some more capital purchases. I could dive deep into loans and go that route, but the issue I'm going to have there very quickly is that interest is going to eat me alive, because there's a limit to how many loans you can take out and how much you can take out in loans, obviously. And I don't, on this map right now, because I don't have farms, I don't have enough means of having income coming in to kind of counter how that interest will hit me. You know, we have productions going, we have the logging stuff going, but the income that I make back from that does not come back to me quick enough to kind of balance that out just yet. So we got to get many more things happening in that regard before we can, consider going the loan route. You know, and typically that's not how I play as well. I'm not one that does a lot of loans when I'm playing, and trying to build up my farm, whatever I'm doing. I like to try to, play where I grind it out a little bit, take small loans, but I don't do a lot of loans. I kind of like to play, my play styles, I like to play as much as possible without taking out loans. But again, like we discussed in the last episode, I'm still kind of bouncing around in my brain. Although I did not do that much of that between this episode and the last, but I still need to bounce around in my brain and kind of actually sit down and give some thought into how far out I want to take this series before we consider moving on to another map. And again, I was kind of throwing out anywhere between 75 to 100 episodes. I'm not quite sure yet. Now I'm just kind of counting on some feedback. Community haven't really got anything yet, so I'm just gonna see from there. If I don't get anything soon, I'll just go ahead and make an official decision on it, and we'll kind of take it from there. Well, as of late, I haven't been playing Farming Simulator 22 as much as I normally do, and normally in my gameplay, I'm usually going through a rotation of maps and such. But as of late, I haven't. I have some other games on my backlog, so I haven't been on Farming Simulator as much as I used to be. In fact, there was a point in time not that long ago where Farming Simulator 22, in spite of the large game collection that I do own, was pretty much the only game I played. But that's changed a little bit now. I have a few games that are kind of in my rotation right now that I'm doing. And then also because I'm an Xbox player, one thing that I'm always kind of doing as well is I'm working on my Microsoft Rewards points. You know, you can if you're an Xbox player and you're not familiar with that, you really want to check out the Microsoft Rewards program, get registered, get your profile set up. Yes, you know, if you're not a fan of Bing, unfortunately, you do have to do so many Bing searches every day. But this is only if you want to maximize, you know, try to max out your points as much as you can. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But you know, there are a number of different ways. There are a lot that you can earn points. You know, but there's certain tasks you have to complete every day. And if you have a process in place and you're really religious about it, you can actually, you know, it's a slow grind, but you can over time earn enough points to actually, um, you know, make some pretty decent purchases. You know, I purchased controllers. You know, half of the price of my SD card for my Series X was um, via Microsoft points. You know, and I only paid half price for my SD card, which is a big help because you know, the SD cards right now, Microsoft has the proprietary cards, and it's really unfortunate. They really need to come off of that, especially with what's going on in the market right now. There are rumors swirling around that they may be headed in that direction, and I think they've already announced some upcoming price relief. There's also been an announcement about there may be another vendor or manufacturer in the mix. The rumor is it might be Western Digital, but I think that's probably later in the year. But these are rumors. There hasn't been anything officially released yet from Microsoft, but that's hopefully they will get that out sooner rather than later, because that's one area and with the Xbox Series consoles that they really are lacking, especially with the whole strategy they went with the Series X and S. You would have think they would have thought that out a little bit better, but that's corporate, I guess, because if you're going to sell the S super cheap, I mean, you would think they would also think to sell the storage solutions for it super cheap. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to move the product. You know, not you take a loss on the consoles. That's literally how the console business works. So logic would dictate that you would also do the same business model with the cards, but then unfortunately they didn't go that way. So that is one area that Sony definitely has a advantage, because at least with the PlayStation 5, you're not locked into you know, proprietary. But that can be automated. Same for the furniture factory. Well, flooring factory is in a slight need of planks, but no big issue there. Wood turner, long planks. Man, we just dropped off long planks, so everybody should be good on the long plank side of things for the moment. So the only thing we really need to do, I think we can go ahead and set this back to distributing. But let's, instead of guessing about it, let's go ahead and hop over here to the iron furnace and see what the situation really is. Alright, so over at the iron furnace, let's drop right in. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, we're filled to capacity, so we set this back to distributing to feed our production chains. Um, okay. And a stack of bales is doing its thing. I don't know why the feed decided to pull these particular bales and not the ones at the top. That's interesting what's happening there. I'm going to leave that alone. um, um, Spinnery is doing its thing. We got pallets over here, two pallets ready to go. This mod we have installed here will automatically distribute, collect and distribute the wool that's produced from the sheep to the spinnery, so we don't have to manually deal with that. Let's take a peek at our shipyard and see what we have here. Oops, that's a barrel factory. Boatyard. And I guess that's a European thing. It's a shipyard in the US. Alright. And you can see we got the ship build going away. We got the frame kind of laid out there. And looking at the materials. Plenty, let's see, storage. Planks are 9,336. We need 6,486. Good. Long planks, we have 7,004 in storage. We need 6,045. Good. Wood beam, 6,510. 509 in storage. We need 4,150. Good. Metal, we have 2,501 liters in storage. We need 1,296. Good. Floor tiles, we have 4,101 in storage. We need 5,186. Not good. So let's go grab a pallet or two of floor tiles. So we're going to hop into our TLX 2020 with the box and trailer attached. And we're going to head over to the flooring factory and grab a couple of floor tile pallets and bring those over to the shipyard. And again, we talked about how I just love how spongy the suspension is. This truck is, but it's one of my all-time favorite mods from Farming Simulator 19 and now also Farming Simulator 22. I use it quite a bit. And this is by 82 Studios, and it can be found on the in-game mod hub. Alright, so let's open up. And we're going to do 2 pallets of floor tiles right now, just good measure. That's 1, 2. For those. Close up and head back over to the shipyard. And drop this off, and then we'll take it from there. And I guess one thing we can do, we can go ahead and start making some of the land purchases, although we won't still have enough money to do a whole heck of a lot with the land, but I'll look at that here in just a moment. Alright, so let's drop off the flooring, and they paid us $7,000 on delivery for that, $7,052. And we also got a $105 environmental score penalty. What for? I'm not entirely sure, but that's part of the precision farming expansion deal there. Alright, so now we look back here at the boatyard, and we have 6,086 4,000 storage. We need 5,170, so now we're good. Alright, so we're gonna bring the box it and the TLX 2020 back over to our iron furnace until it's needed again. For now, it'll be home over there. Although this will change once I make some more capital purchases and get some sheds going. But got a long way to go before we get there, I believe. Because first we need to have the location to place the sheds. What I'm thinking I'm probably going to do here, just thinking out loud, let's go to the farmland view here, and this is kind of what we're looking at here. All right. Field 27, or well, field 2, but lot 27 will set me back $132,000. But I get all of this area here, and there are some spots where some trees are at that we can definitely come through and clear, and probably utilize more of this property than what we actually see here visually. In fact, let's kind of go over here and see what we're looking at here. Yeah, you got all this trees and brush here near the railroad tracks, because once we purchase this lot, we can clear all of this out, and we can stick sheds, equipment, whatever here, but we'll definitely have to do some cleanup on the lot. What crop do we have here? There's a canola crop here right now. We don't have any equipment to deal with any of that, right? So we'll need to do all of that. But that's what we'll get when we get that lot. Now, if we go over here to back to the farmland view and look at lot 39, that one is 92,000. So that's a more reasonable price. But again, we don't have equipment to do any farm work right now, so buying the lot will not serve any of us until we have the equipment to do something with it. We don't even own a tractor or anything else yet, so buying that lot right now will not benefit us in any way. Right now, the crop on here is oat. Alright, and here's another area. If we buy the other lot here, we'll have this land as well. So we have options as to where we can place equipment. We probably won't need to expand the field, because we'll have this little bottom section of the lot here. We have this area behind it. We have all this area beside it. And again, just going back to that view here, you'll get all of this. Alright, 39, you get this. 41 is just a lot, and it's only 50,000. And I'm thinking this is the one we'll probably look at going ahead to grab right now, because there's no crops on there or anything. And this may be the area that I take into consideration for placing our silos and such. And that's right here. And I just gotta. What I want to do before I actually do this on the episode is I want to test out and do some experimentation. And I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I really am. But I think we can go ahead and purchase this lot right now. 50,000 won't hurt us too much. I think we can do that. It's not a bad hit. We're going to go ahead and do that. So we got 41. 37 is, I don't think we can do much with that. That's behind um, where our iron furnace is at, but that land is it'll take too much landscaping and forestry and all of that have to be done before we could even consider doing anything with that land, and we don't have the money for that. The other lot that we have is 26, and that's 115,000. And those are the four for the three. Excuse me. Well, you actually have four, but it's just that we don't have. We could use this as a grass field. Um, Set it, and designate this as a farm. Excuse me, as a farmland as well. I have not decided on that yet because I got to figure out where we're gonna put our silos, where we're gonna put our sheds, and our equipment in general. But 26 is the other one. That's 115 grand. Again, we got 115 grand. We have 132 grand, and we have the 92 grand. So you're talking what? That's just round that up to 100. That's 200 and 300. So let's just say roughly at 350, $400,000, give or take, just for the lots. And that's before we get into the equipment that we'll need. So, and we can't farm without the tractors and the trailers, and of course the silos for storing what you harvest, let alone the equipment for actually doing the farm. And we can start small because none of those fields are huge by any means, so we definitely be doing small farming. So there's that. But that's kind of what we got here. We have, let's see, we purchased for 41, so we have 41 and 42 now. Let's hop back over here real quick. Buy Sonia again. And right now 41 is not designated as anything. It has grass on it already. We can actually set it as a grass field to be harvested as grass, as a crop, and get a little more out of the grass, but it's not absolutely necessary because you already got grass here. I can literally lease equipment now and harvest this grass and bale it or do whatever I want to do with it, but I will need to lease equipment to do so because I don't have anything to do that with just yet. Then the secondary issue I will have at the moment is no silos. So if I do lease equipment, harvest the grass, bale it up, the only thing I will be able to do with it for right now until we work out how else we want to operate is take the grass bales that I create and feed them to the sheep. I own this land here by the spinnery, and I have not completely decided yet if I'm going to turn this into my area of operations, or we're going to try to, or I'm going to try to harvest the grass here as well. I'm thinking I'm just going to set this area as my base of operations for what I have going, especially since I already technically have part of that in place already with my spinnery and my iron furnace being here and my sheep being here. Let's see. But again, I'm still undecided on what I want to do, and I need to do some testing before I make any hard choices here, in my humble opinion. So we're done for today. So we're gonna hop back over to the farmhouse. Boom. And I think we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and rest up. Let those logs get processed and make a little bit of money. No spare capacity for wool. What you talking about, Willis? Okay. Don't know why we have an issue there, but let's go see if we can kind of eyeball what's happening there. No. Alright, so why are we... Okay. Was the spinnery... Oh. So that's the issue. The spinnery is maxed out with wool. Alright. So, we're producing wool faster than the spinnery can process it. We'll leave that where it is. Because I could place another spinnery down, but I don't think it would be worth it. How much does a spinnery cost to place? Production. Alright. Factories. Okay. Bakery, carpentry, dairy, grain mill, spinnery. $60,000. And sugar mill. 0. Okay. So both versions of the spinnery set you back 50 grand, take up an X amount of space. I just don't think I want to do that just yet. So we'll just leave that where it is for the moment while I think about that. Alright, logs are processed. We're going to go grab another load, tee that up, and then we'll get into some of the other things that we might need to get into for the day. We're up to $480,000 in cash right now, which is good, but not great. We're going to be into the millions, so we still got a long way to go. So now we're just going to take it back over to our farmhouse, grab a few more logs, get another load up and running, bring that back out to the old sawmill, and let that kind of process while we figure out what else we're going to get to today. I think that's going to be the modus operandi for today. You always have to remember, because there's no signal there when cutting through, you don't want to get T-boned by the train, so you have to, if you're crossing those tracks, you want to get across quickly. Now we just gotta Gonna move over close to where our logs are at that we've already have cut. We got that. So let's hop into telehandler. And bring it over to the party. Let's go logging. Oops. See? You run up on them so quick you don't even realize it. Then we're just gonna grab our logs, get them loaded up, and take it from there. Alright, so lift that up. Alright. And actually, that's a great drop there. I actually did, compared to how we were dropping off logs last episode, that's a great start. So get lined up. You gotta be careful the weight of that log. Definitely tip the telehandler over if we're not careful. I could have used some weights to kind of balance that out. We can place weights on the back of the telehandler, but just don't want to incur that additional expense here for what we're doing. So. See, that log hopped off the forks there. So great. I'm happy that I had that one much further over when we released the clamp part of the fork, because it jumped off the forklift part. And I hate when they do that, when you open the clamp up to release the log. The logs should not be sticking to the clamps. Okay, here's another piece, and as you can see, it's a smaller piece, so it's already trying to behave a little temperamental. So we got it on there. Okay, there's a little piece I did not even see, and I know that should be hand carry. Alright, chop chop. We're gonna get them all. Alright, we're gonna circle around between the logs and see if we can squeeze in there and drop this off. And I'm not exactly super happy with the way the logs are stacking, but I'm not going to fight it right now. Just happy with getting them on the trailer first and foremost. Alright, let's see if we can get this one stacked on there without too much trouble. Then again, they're not lining up the way I would have liked, but we'll still get them on there nevertheless. It's these little skinny trees and skinny logs that can be such a nuisance. Those little skinny trees could be just enough of a tree to be in your way, but not enough of a tree to give you a decent amount of wood from the tree if you cut it, harvest it. I can see this little piece here is already trying to kick off. Should check to see if we can hand carry it, because it might be hand carry size. And of course it is. Alright, the brush there is blocking my view, and that's most annoying. Alright, so we got that piece, we can drop it. You would think right in this hole. But again, they never seem to want to fall exactly where you think they should fall. Especially considering their weight. Get everything cleared out from where we were working at before. I've lost my bearings a little bit here. fading out a little bit there. Let's go grab a couple of them. And look, what a discovery. Let's grab that right now. Let's guarantee you that's a skinny log that I can lift by hand. Still have a few of those hiding over here. I see. See how that other little lightweight log tried to fall, trying to create problems for me. And so you pick it up, and the tail end turns in a different direction. Alright, back in. We have a log on the forks. Okay, that one fell around fall family. Alright, let's see what we have up here next. A few more log pieces. And just double checking if they're forklift required, telehandler required, or I can just go ahead and hand carry. This is another hand carry. And we'll release that and let that one go. Okay, 2 more pieces. All right, there's another small piece there. We're gonna go ahead and grab that. That you can pick that up by hand. Okay, drop that one in there. Alright, we got another small log here. Let me check to see if that one's looks thicker, so no. Yeah. Alright. Let's grab this log. As you see with all the surrounding brush, it makes it really hard to see. And that's a recurring issue on this map is underbrush can really make it hard to see logs and such after you cut them. And for whatever reason, this piece decided it wanted to do the whole little tilt thing, but we still got it. Alright, but to circle back around, go back over here and grab another log or two. We just about got a full load, so we're almost ready to make that that sawmill run. Alright, so we got another piece. Okay, trying to get this little micro log that wants to act like a macro log up here. Alright, do that because when you open the log works, it's just gonna. There we go. Thankfully, the trailer saved it, but that one almost was a problem. Alright, and then let's see if this little small log here. Where did we go? I lost it already. Excuse me. Ah, that's wild. I hate it when it happens. Alright, here it is. piece. Okay, so let's go try to see where we're at here. So grab that piece. Get out of the woods here, so to speak. Kind of see better. That one on. And it's the smallest logs again that always continue to give you the most trouble. Here we go, look, it's trying to slide off like it has no weight or it's not clamped. Alright, just trying to figure out where I'm at and what I'm trying to do here next. So, got a few logs over here. The trailer's just about done now. Okay, and again, the logs are sliding around on the fork, and that shouldn't be happening, especially with the big boys. Alright, maybe a couple of more. That's kind of reaching that pressure luck territory now. Another log piece. Make sure we got everything clamped down. Alright, I think we're gonna stop right here. And go ahead. Alright, so next stop is the old sawmill. Got another load of logs. Alright, so we have arrived at the old sawmill. Alright, so this is another shipment. All right, and just let that load process. All right. Wood beam. All right, so we're starting to get some wood beam pallets stacking up here, and some prefab wall pallets, along with our regular plank pallets. And again, our first priority, wood beams, we could sell those outright. And we know we're going to get the best prices at Elm Creek, so there's nothing else we have to consider take into consideration there. Uh, I think I want to wait another day um, before we make a move on selling, because we want to make it worthwhile to lease the train. Number one. All right. Still got 1 hour to go. All right. So those logs are processing. We take a peek at our productions. All right. Long planks. Long planks. All right, the logs are processing a lot quicker right now. Let's see. All right. The wool is still in the red here, but it is just at least has some um, clearance before the distribution is maxed out again. Um, all right, spinnery. Okay, iron furnace could stand some supplies. Old sawmill. Okay, let's see, long planks. Let's see what everything, which um, things need planks first because we want to start with the planks. So we got the flooring factory and the bell factory, right? No, so it's a furniture factory and the flooring factory, right? So let's go grab the TLX and go grab some planks. Alright, so we're gonna go to the old sawmill and pick up some of these planks, and we're gonna bring them down to our production chains to see what we can distribute. Okay, this guy, he went out like he was gonna go straight, and then he decided to turn at the last second. That was Alright, so let's take a few pallets here. Just fill the truck all the way up and then just kind of take it from there. And remember, our first purpose is going to be to feed the productions first and worry about sales. We have it, the TLX set to unlimited unreal capacity, so we don't have to stop at the 8,000 like we would typically. So we're just gonna take it all. It's 12,000 liters of planks. Alright, so flooring factory. And I think that was the first place, but let's double check that real quick. Yeah, flooring factory. So we dropped off the planks here. And furniture factory would be the second location. Alright, so we drop off the planks. And furniture factory is maxed out as well. So that's everything that we have right now. So that's everything. We can take the unused planks back to the sawmill. Alright, so we have our pallets, and we're gonna drop them off here, and we're just gonna have them, let's see, open the door, unload, and let's see, are they liftable? Yes, they're all liftable, so we can situate as needed of it for eventual rail sale, or we can just wait and distribute them to our productions when they need planks again. Actually, we can just leave them right there. They don't have to be pretty, they just have to be there. And I don't know what it is about this area where we have these physics issues. Like, look, I don't know why that happens. And it happens every time when I'm carrying an object. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna park the TLX 2020 at the iron furnace because we need to swap out because we need to go grab a load of ore. Okay, so we have the ore. We're just gonna go ahead and chop it up right here and unload some ore, iron ore. one moment, and I'll be right back, team. Hold on, just... Alright, hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Make sure I'm back and I'm live. Alright, so we've dropped off a load of the iron ore, and we're gonna attach the bauxite trailer back. And let's go ahead and do I know I've done a million of these screenshots in a similar location or similar style, but that's kind of where we're at and what we're doing tonight, so we need to keep that same energy. But let me get the help window turned off, and let's do the screenshot, turn it back on. Alright, so that's been uploaded. That's not going to be a great shot. Well, we can work with it. Just need to make sure I have one on the books. Alright, so let's see. And wool is once again maxed out, so we're probably going to need to look at either setting up another spinnery. Alright, I wonder if we placed another spinnery directly behind the existing spinnery, would that be feasible? Let's... Production. Let's go to the spinnery. Alright, maybe we pack it, place it. Let's see. Don't want to place this yet. I want to test it before I place it. All right. Um, I'm still looking at. I don't know if that rock was on our property edge or not. Um, let's go to the farmland screen. That's not going to give me enough information. I don't want to lease the rock crusher again and then I not be able to do anything with the rock. So that's something else that needs to be tested. All right. So there's a couple of things all right. I don't even know what I want to do here. The wool is backed up. And this is not doing anything for me with wool just sitting here waiting around. Now does the other spinnery have a faster production rate? Or are they the same? I don't know. Just looking at it, how you would tell the difference. Okay. Um, I don't know enough about the numbers to know what the 1388 to 4400 means, but both of the spinneries have the same rate. Yeah. So that's however that numbers works out is still the same for both. And all of the base game buildings have the same production rate. But nothing's explained, so I don't know what the 1388 is or the 4400. Let's see if we look at it in the production chain menu. Does it give me anything here? Okay, so it's the cycles. So the 1440 is the cycles per month. Okay. So so it's 1,440 cycles per month. But that still doesn't give me anything I could use right now. So my option is to either place another spinnery or not at this point. But I don't know if I'm gonna want to use the space for any other purpose down the road. And I can either place it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. We have to sell out later. We will. So production, because we can't have this bottleneck going right. We got going right now. That is unsatisfactory. um, and we'll place it as close as we can behind the other building. Try to see if we can get it lined up a little bit there. Another object. Dang it, this auto rotate is a little annoying. I want to have a more exact placement, but it won't give that to me. Alright, so boom. Another 60 grand. Let's go ahead and do a little low-key landscaping. So we'll go landscaping, painting. And we want the asphalt texture. And we'll just go ahead and paint it up. Paint it up a little bit. Here and there. We don't need to do a whole heck of a lot. We're not being super fancy right now. All right. Alright, so we got 2 spinneries going now. We want to go to our controls. And we want to activate the second spinnery. And it's saying materials missing. And I'm hoping that once this thing cycles, it will automatically distribute to both spinneries, so you won't have to manually do what I'm about to do right now. And that is getting annoying. Walking with the object, that happens. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But it happens way more often than it should. Alright, Alright, so now if we go take a look at the productions. Alright, spinnery 1 and 2 are both going now. But it is my theory that this spot, the wool shipping, will distribute to both on the next cycle. It's still saying out of space. Alright. Alright, so let's go check it out. Over to the farmhouse, cycle another day. And it's still saying no spare capacity for wool. That's... Alright. Alright. It cleared. Alright, so it did cycle. Okay. That's better. So that cleared that bottleneck, so we have the 2 spinneries here. And I think now that may be a more appropriate screenshot, so let's go air it out. Let's hide UI and go here. I wish I could do a flyover without, but I guess we have to do it this way. And that may be another one. Alright, so let me go. Well, I'll do that after the stream, but I'll probably delete the other shot and we'll just keep the second one because that's more theme appropriate with what we ended up having to do tonight. So the big thing from tonight, takeaway from tonight, is, and I really don't like the way what the grass bales are doing over here. That's not cool, but the big takeaway from tonight is we had to build another spinnery because the wool that that our sheep are producing is now being produced at a rate faster than the single spinnery can handle. So we had to build a second spinnery. And by default, that means I guess we've kind of made a decision on what the purpose for this area is going to be. And this is probably going to be my operations center over here. So that decision has kind of been made by default, it looks like. So I just have to decide on where I'm going to put my silos and everything like that. I'm going to put my silos here. Am I going to put my sheds here? Am I going to put my storage here? This is And really, I know I keep saying it, but between episodes, I'm going to have to do some experimentation and testing on how I want to have everything laid out and see what works and what doesn't. Alright, so hopping back over to first the sawmill. All the logs are processed, so we can pull that back up and take this the tractor trailer combination back over to our property and grab some more logs. As you can see, our balance sheet didn't really jump up that much. We only had $462,000 right now. But on the next episode, that should change significantly because we have another bunch of pallets. We also have the pallets for the wood beam and the prefab wall, and we'll rent the train and we'll sell all of that to Elm Creek. We just wanted to make sure that I had enough material stored in the warehouse to make it worth the price of renting the trains. But we'll have that and plenty more in a few days. So this balance sheet should be closer to $1 million once we make those sales. Alright, we're back on the scene. We're gonna go find those logs. We're gonna grab up some more logs and keep rocking and rolling here. And in this area we got logs all over the place, so it won't be a problem with finding logs, at least for the short term. My biggest issue right now is just finding where they're at on the ground, because they're hard to see because of the underbrush. Alright, drop that one off. Alright, there's two. Alright, and that's a small one. Alright, we're coming up on the end of tonight's episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and for your patience and your time. Been a little topsy-turvy, but for the most part, pretty normal fare. Right now, we purchased a new piece of land. We purchased a second spinnery. Still have a lot of things to do if we want to get this whole farm operation going. I'm still going to bounce around some ideas about where we want to go on this series going forward, and also how long I want this series to go, and where I want to go next. That's it. Like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? As always with this content, these Twitch lives will be posted onto my YouTube gaming channel as well in their entirety. And I am Bose831 Gaming on all the major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Let me know what you like, let me know what you don't, but either way, your feedback is appreciated. That's the only way I can improve and get better. Even though I've been doing this for a little while now, I'm still relatively new to this process. I'd like to, advance and grow my channel and create, more specialized content and actually do exclusive videos that are not always live, but I haven't got to that point yet. I'd like to upgrade my PC and do a lot of other things so that I can really get this thing going, but I got to grow and get to that point. Eventually I want to have a capture card and do, some specific content directly for created for YouTube and not necessarily, you know, doing it on Twitch lives. It's gonna take some time to get there. Just gotta build, you know, build my community a little bit, and we'll get there. This is a work in progress. We've got a few stumps in this area too that needs to be grinded out. I see. Okay. So probably just like last episode, we will be starting the next episode with a trip to the sawmill to unload another load of logs, because that's looks like we're gonna wrap it up at here. And when the tenders do that right there, that is so frustrating. That's it. That's it. It's a wrap. Like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? This is Bose831 Gaming, and thanks for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your support, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good evening, everyone.